13 things tourists should never do in Rome. There are cultural expectations and customs that you must follow wherever you go, and Italy may have even more regulations than usual. When it comes to food, public conduct, and transportation in the city, doing study will help you have a seamless and pleasurable vacation. Do you want to know how much to tip? Do you want to avoid committing a faux pas? Continue reading to find out what you should avoid doing in Rome. Do not eat while walking. Meal times are holy in Italy, and Italians are notorious for lingering over extended lunch and supper meals. Although street food is a popular idea that has sprouted up all over the city, you're still expected to pull up a stool in the casual eatery, perch at the bar while you eat, or take your order to go and locate a bench in a nearby park. Italians do not eat or drink while walking down the street, and you should not either. This regulation does not apply to gelato. Don't put off eating. Having said that, when you're seated at a restaurant, it's customary to start eating as soon as your dish arrives, even if you're the first one served. You can gently inform your dinner companions that you will wait for them, but this is only to demonstrate your good manners. Italians will constantly encourage you to start cooking before it gets cold. Dining is a genuinely significant social and cultural rite that should be appreciated. Thus, it's best eaten fresh from the kitchen. After midday, do not order a cappuccino. The most famous Italian culinary guideline is not to order a cappuccino after noon. Cappuccinos are a type of breakfast coffee that is commonly enjoyed first thing in the morning with a sweet pastry. The large quantity of milk after lunch is supposed to inhibit digestion, and Italians are all about digestion. It's why they drink black coffee and digestivi digestion liquors after meals. Digestion is critical, and Italians feel that sipping a cappuccino on an empty stomach will be too hefty. A cafe macchiato is fine at any time of day if you require a splash of milk in your coffee, though Italians will tell you that the milk interferes with the genuine flavor of the coffee, which is best savored black. Eat away from the Ming piazzas. Virginia Raggi, the mayor of Rome, has recently ordered a ban on eating and drinking near the city's iconic fountains. That may seem harsh for a city with so much cultural treasure to be enjoyed in the open, but historical preservation is costly, and the city must do everything it can to help preserve its monuments for decades to come. The Spanish Steps were recently repaired by luxury Italian company Bulgari, a Euro 0.5 million euro initiative, and its chairman, Paolo Bulgari, even advised Rome set up a barrier to prevent barbarians from resting on its steps. The stairs were supposedly covered with rubbish and chewing gum. Dining is something that should be done at a table. Remember to double-check opening days and times. Because most restaurants are family-run, many are closed 1 or 2 days a week to relax, usually on Sunday or Monday, but sometimes on Wednesday. Check store hours before you go, since many are closed on Monday mornings. Except for the Colosseum and the Vatican museums, most museums in Rome are closed on Mondays. And the post office is notorious for shutting at unusual hours, such as 1:35 on weekdays. If possible, avoid the post office. Because Rome does not operate on a 24-hour basis, make sure to investigate opening days and hours. Don't tip too much. Waiters and bartenders in Italy often get standard salary, thus customers are not asked to contribute to their pay. A cover fee or coperto is frequently included in the bill and covers the table bread, which is easily available and paid whether or not you consume it. Tipping is not calculated precisely, but is often rounded up and approximated based on the price, number of persons in the party, and degree of service. Your 46 supper might be rounded up to your 50, whilst a Euro 120 meal could be rounded up to Euro 130. But there are no hard and fast rules. Don't anticipate perfect customer service. A prevalent complaint from American visitors to Italy is that customer service is frequently subpar. Customer service is not held in the same respect in Italy as it is in more commercially minded nations for a variety of cultural factors, including lower incomes and mobility, as well as the prioritization of leisure and time over production. It is not taught to new workers with the same rigor as it is in the United States, and Italian clients and consumers are expected to battle for what they want rather than accept it. Don't be afraid to speak up. In the same spirit, don't be scared to ask for what you want or to voice your displeasure. Italians are known for their communicative and expressive aspirations, as well as their night-picking over the slightest details. It's no wonder that they are masters of numerous arts, owing in part to their fastidiousness. Inform the waiter if he gives you the wrong food. If you observe a line building, don't be hesitant to ask for explanation or to impose yourself. Don't linger at the rear of the line. Make your point nicely but strongly. Don't be hurried. Italy values leisure, whether it's extended summer, vacations at the beach, or a Sunday meal with family. Don't feel pressured to finish your dinner and get on with your day. Many restaurants still allow you to order one dish at a time, and waiters will seldom give you with a bill unless you specifically request one. It's not due to laziness. Rather, it reflects the slower pace of life in the country. Unless the restaurant is full and has different seatings, you are welcome to stay as long as you like. Don't go rushing around half nude. Italians take pleasure in their decorum and la bella figura, or lovely figure. Therefore, aesthetics and appearance are particularly important. If you want to go running outside in Rome, go in a park near the river or early in the morning. Most essential, when running through the city center, you must be suitably dressed. If you are jogging shirtless in public or wearing a very short sports bra, police will stop you. It is not proper to be half naked in public, just as it is not appropriate to cover yourself in church. Keep track of where you are at all times. Rome is a generally secure city, although Italy is notorious for pickpockets. So keep an eye out on public transit and near tourist attractions. Women should keep their purses in their front pockets when riding the metro or buses, and males should keep their wallets in their back pockets. Petty thievery is prevalent, but travelers who appear aloof are more likely to be targeted. Show that you are aware of what is going on around you, and you will have no trouble in the city. Don't underestimate the amount of time it will take you to go from A to Z. One of the most serious issues of Rome is its public transit system, which is sluggish, unreliable, and far from what one would expect from a major city. You must purchase bus tickets in advance from a tobacco store in the city rather than on the bus, but the uncertainty does not end there. Bus stations are not always obvious, so plan your trip via Google Maps before you leave internet. Be aware that you may have to wait 30 minutes for a bus, so plan appropriately and leave early to minimize your reliance on public transportation as much as possible. The subway and trams are more dependable than buses, although regular strikes halt service. When everything else fails, try taking a ride with Scooterino. Don't be hesitant to initiate a discussion. Italians are friendly, sociable people who like conversing, especially with strangers. Don't be hesitant to ask questions. Make remarks and put your Italian skills to the test with locals, especially in coffee shops, restaurants, and supermarkets. Romans love to make international acquaintances and are always eager to improve their English, so making relationships while abroad is simple. Don't take the easy way out. Rome's allure is found in its tiny, winding lanes, secret corners, and unexpected surprises. Even in the popular historic center, a narrow alleyway may take you far away from the crowds and into a very intimate area. Trastevere, for example, is well known for being a tourist and study abroad student haven. But the streets near the Santa Cecilia Church, west of the tram line, are calmer and more real. Wander down to the end of Trastevere and you'll find yourself in Monteverde, surrounded by residents. Pigneto and Garbatella are two areas outside of the center that are worth seeing for additional Roman flair. Your daring soul will be grateful.